In 1997, an elite logistics engineer was given a job on the docks that he did not particularly want. He was promptly promoted from running forklifts in the warehouse to overseeing the entire operation. Today, still working his crummy job, he survives by getting unusual items past the authorities. If you have a shipment, if no one else can help, and if he's not on a break, maybe you can hire for your imports.
Hello.
Hello? Is that Failure Imports?
Yes, it is.
Yes, hello. I believe you can help me. Yes, I've got a container. What do you need to know what's in the container?
It is necessary for us to do business.
Right. Well, I've got a container with some Bolivian panpipers from Bolivia, and they play panpipe. And yeah, I needed shipping. And well, actually, no. Can you just keep it for a while? And yeah, some friends of mine, some lads, are going to come and pick it up in a couple of days.
Panpipers? So people?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're from Bolivia.
Bolivian panpipers?
Yes, that's right. They play panpipes. Really nice. It's really relaxing, actually. Yeah, is that okay? Could you do that?
Yes, I should think so.
There's a few things that you might need to know. They don't speak very much English.
Okay.
They usually communicate by playing their panpipes. And you might want to leave them some water, maybe some food. Could you do that? Would that be extra?
Well, madam, the storage and safekeeping of Bolivian panpipes is something that we specialise in. In fact, we have a special discount rate for international callers such as yourself for the delivery and storage of South American musicians. In this case, we can offer you the extremely low price of just £10,000 to make sure that your instrumentalists are ready for town squares across the world.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you might want to open the door as well. Yeah, they smell quite a bit. And
it would probably also help them to breathe.
Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, they need to keep breathing. Yeah, that's right. Some more oxygen in the container is really good. But yeah, they play lovely music. You might want to sit and just listen for a while. But yeah, like I said, there's going to be some guys going to come along, and they'll come and get them.
Do these guys speak English?
Yeah. No, they're not Bolivian. No, they don't play panpipes either. But they have a great appreciation. Yeah. And they're not very messy. They're not like goats.
Goats?
No. I know a lot of people think that Bolivians are like goats. They're like goats, but they're not like goats. Get what I'm saying? So is that okay?
That's no problem at all. They don't play anything else? There's nothing else going on I should be aware of?
No, they don't play anything else, just panpipe.
Well, in that case, there's no problem at all, and we'll look forward to your musicians arriving at the docks very soon.
Yes. Okay then. Right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
So here we are. The gripping final episode of Failure Imports. And what delights am I going to show you today? Well, I'm going to show you trucks being unloaded, but in a slightly different and novel fashion. It turns out that I've been a complete idiot, and having not referred to the manual once, hadn't understood that you can not only extend the length of the crane head of the road lifter, but you can also move it from side to side. And not just in a rotational fashion, which I'm sure you've witnessed me doing before. The upshot being that rather than having to park directly next to the truck you're trying to unload, or next to the bay you're trying to stick your container full of panpipers in, you can actually get just fairly close and then complete your positioning using these fine-tuning devices. Now, had I known this earlier, or had I bothered to look this up earlier, I would have saved myself a great deal of heartache and swearing. But still, I've managed to accomplish things getting this far, and with this new fine-tuned control, I actually prefer the road lifter over the gantry crane. I know, bizarre but true, even with its wretched rear-wheel steering, which I still manage to run into things on a constant basis. So, what I had hoped to show you today was unloading a ship, which is the next thing that is available to unlock in the game. The downside, however, is that for some reason my save game has got a slight glitch in it. There are 4 containers to be loaded onto a freight train today, 3 going to one location, 1 going to another, and it doesn't seem to matter which order I do it in. When the day finishes and all the trains have gone and all the trucks have left the building and I've done everything and everything is positioned correctly, the game still tells me that there is more left to do. Doesn't matter how many times I've retried it. I think I've tried it 3 or 4 times, and as you can see from the daily tasks list up there in the top right, this is no small amount of containers to move around. So, rather than showing you a ship being unloaded, which might have been deeply, deeply thrilling, I don't know. Instead, we are moving around panpipers who are residing in containers marked heavy tools. Exciting. Phone call. Good day to you.
Hello, yes, I say, is that Failure Imports?
It certainly is. How can I help?
It is. Good. I believe you're a man who can look after special items, peculiar items.
I think we're on the same wavelength, sir. What type of items would you like me to be looking after?
I have a shipment coming in by train. It's a container of Rice Krispies.
I'm just guessing, sir, but I don't suspect that the Rice Krispies themselves will warrant too much attention.
There is a case in the middle of these Rice Krispies that you must not touch. The recipe.
I see, a recipe.
The recipe, yes, of the man from Kentucky.
The only recipe of any note from Kentucky I can think of would be the Colonel's secret recipe.
That's right. We shall, an acquaintance of mine shall be round. He will pay you for your services. The money will be left behind the truck on the left of the third wheel.
Which truck? And is that my left?
No, your left, not mine.
That's still pretty vague.
No, okay. We shall clarify this on the day. Thank you for your time. Bye-byes.
So there we go. The Colonel's secret recipe, ironically, is the final item that we have to unload from a container somewhere in this glorious fiction that we have worked out. So what do we think? Logistics company. Is it everything it's cracked up to be? Is it entertaining? Is it fun? I mean, you've seen me failing to move containers around effectively. You've seen me throwing them halfway across the yard. You've seen me not doing particularly well with various items of heavy-duty machinery. And did you get a sense that I was enjoying myself? Well, here's the thing. Oddly enough, sometimes, yes, sometimes this is actually quite enjoyable. What it also is monotonous. I mean, it's a drag. It's a real drag. There's not an enormous amount of strategy to this. There is, I mean, certainly you get to pick which jobs you take on in order to grab new containers, in order to ferry them to wherever the hell they need to go. And as such, you need to manage your storage space and make sure that things are in the right place at the right time. You also get timed missions to make sure that things are loaded onto trucks with a stopwatch against you, and that's no fun particularly. But all the time you're really just charging after making more money, so that you can unlock the next part of the game, which allows you to take on more containers, which you have to put on elsewhere. There is also a warehouse in the game at some point where you get to drive a forklift truck. And given the intro that I've been banging on the front of all these videos, I've graduated from driving a forklift truck to running the whole show. So, what do I think? Would I buy it again and play it some more? Yeah, I probably would, because I'm that kind of glutton for punishment. My best advice to you is, if you wanted to play this, if you wanted to have some fun with it, pick it up when it's cheap, play it for an evening, uninstall it, and never look back. I've been Colonel Failure. This has been Failure Imports.
Subscribe now to find out what the Colonel does next. Will it be more simulation goodness? Will there be panpipes involved? Will the same 3 jokes get a further airing in the hope of raising a laugh? Only you can decide. Comment now to decide the next enthralling adventure in video gaming. And subscribe. Your very life